Hey yo guys, time for me to give you my TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view predictions. As we all know, tonight is Bound for Glory from the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois, and it's obviously TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year. They're granddaddy of them all. Their World Series, you get the cliches. Overall, for a pay-per-view which is supposed to be the biggest thing in your company, it's pretty flat. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the hype-up job, I will say, of Sting and Joe has been, pretty good, and I really like the build-up to Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett, as much as I didn't like what Kurt Angle said in the, when Mick Foley debuted episode, where he said something about Jill Jarrett. I didn't think it was necessary for this, but it kind of adds a bit of the more personality to it, but I just didn't think he needed that comment. But TNA, they're going to have to try, obviously, to, do anything better than what they put on at their last pay-per-view of No Surrender, which was atrocious and bad in my view. But anyway, let's just get to the pay-per-view predictions. Here we go. First match, which is I believe it is still called a Bimbo Brawl, and Tracy Brooks will be your referee, which, I don't care about that. It's Rhino, Rhaka and ODB versus the Beautiful People and Cute Kip. Yeah. Don't expect this to be good. I mean, it's kind of bad when the second best worker in this match is Kip James. Yeah. I just don't expect this to be good. I mean, the Beautiful People are, not the greatest in the ring, but a team over the opposing team, Rhino will gas out in 5, and Rhaka in the ring is junk. She is terrible. All she can do is, leg choke in the corner and, spin kick with the leg. And I believe that's all her arsenal, and I mean, I don't like this at all. I hate this match that, we have to have it. It's going to be a train wreck. And, the reason we're having it is because Rhino had to get saved by the ODB and Rhaka. So, yeah. And it's just not going to be good at all. Why is this on pay-per-view? Hopefully, if anything, this gets pre-show time, and I seriously doubt we're going to get it. Terrible match, and the finisher's probably going to be a triple gore by all the baby faces. So Rhino, Rhaka and ODB get the win is my thoughts. Then we go with the Steel Asylum, which, used to be the Terror Dome, but that was trademarked, so they could no longer use that, which, I'm fine with. I didn't like the name Terror Dome anyway. Steel Asylum's, okay. Really, anyone that is not on the pay-per-view, kind of like last year when they had the reverse Battle Royal. I mean, this is TNA. We have to throw every fucker in our company on the show. So, basically, they haven't announced any of the participants. I know some of them from watching the, FanFest video that TNA put on their YouTube page. It's going to mainly be Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and the Guns. That's all I know who's going to be in it. Really, I think everyone can expect that Suicide will come maybe halfway through the match, or, just as everyone has been introduced and they're about to go, get things going, the lights come down, and then out comes Suicide, and he just does a number on anyone and, wins. But I personally see him coming out, midway through the match after a big spot where everyone gets dumped out, a Tower of Doom spot. He comes out and gets the win. That's how I see that happening there. So prediction will be Suicide to get the win in the Steel Asylum. Then we move on to the TNA X-Division Championship match. The Shiek, Abdul, Bashir versus Consequences Creed. You know what? This could be a pretty good little match. I don't think it's going to be anything like Creed versus Petey Williams. Hard Justice, but it'll still be a good little match. I mean, these guys do have chemistry. If you've seen this stuff on Impact, it's not bad. But overall, the way I see this one going down, you're going to have referee Shane Sewell as the referee. He's going to, upset the Shiek again, since apparently the Shiek technically jobbed out to referee Shane Sewell. And then, he's going to the Sheik's going to pay attention to the referee than Creed. Creed's going to hit the Creed ET. We have a new X-Division champion. I think we do need a new X-Division champion here, as they're not doing that much with the Shiek as champion. I mean, they're trying to get mileage out of it, but I don't really see them getting that much mileage out of him unless you want him to lose to, you know, a main contender. And, you know, Creed getting the belt, you know, it's a more homegrown talent, you know, that they have, and, you know, it adds new flavor to the X. So, Creed to get the win. Then we go on to the next match, which is a triple threat, Christian Cage versus AJ Styles versus Booker T. This one could be good, but I don't understand why we have to have a triple threat at all. Like, why is this a triple threat match? I don't think I'll ever know. Basically, you know, this will be a good match. I obviously do, as I stated, I think it will be. It would have been better if it was Cage and Styles. You know, they get to, if you saw like their matches on Impact like a couple months ago, they were really good. And just Booker, to me, is going to tone it down, because ever since Booker's came to TNA, he just doesn't have a passion, really, to be there anymore. I just don't see him caring. He really has to put on a good match at all in his debut. So I'm not really looking forward to this at all. Prediction, though, will be Christian Cage, because he doesn't have anything to, you know, any allegiance here, so he'll get the win. Hopefully on Booker, but I don't see that. I see him pinning Styles after Styles, you know, misses up with, you know, his springboard forearm. That's how I see that happening, and, you know, get an unprettier, or after he gets a Styles clash on Booker, then out of nowhere he hits the unprettier and gets the win. But, you know, I just don't see a reason for, you know, Booker T to be in this match. And, you know, then after the Cage gets the win, you just, you know, see him, you know, giving the thumbs up to Styles for putting on a good effort, and, you know, but still not picking an allegiance. You know, Booker's like, what the hell? Congratulations. And Cage's like, no, I'm not part of you guys. And, you know, just to throw the curveball there. Then we have the TNA X-Division, Tag Team Championship Monsters Ball with special referee Steve Mongo McMichael. Like, did we really need Steve Mongo McMichael back in the lives of professional wrestling? Did we really need Steve Mongo McMichael? Like, name anything Mongo did in his career to become back. Yeah, he was part of the Horsemen back when it was maybe the worst installment of the Horsemen of all time. I mean, Jesus Christ, Mongo McMichael is back. Oh my god. Anyways, this match with, you know, Beer Money defending the belts against LAX, Team 3D, Abyss, and Matt Morgan. This one could be a fun, hardcore match. I mean, you got a lot of guys in here that can do hardcore, like Team 3D. LAX for sure can do it. I mean, if you know Homicide and how, you know, him and hardcore works a lot. And, you know, Abyss is in here, so, you know, it's gonna be fun. Basically, the way I see this match working, everyone else except for Abyss doing the hardcore spots, and then, you know, he's gonna get tagged by a chair from probably, you know, one of I would maybe see Robert Root, because I think Robert Root could sell the reaction for when Abyss snaps a lot better than, you know, James Storm. Not taking anything away from James Storm, I just think Root's got the better facial expressions here, and Abyss just goes haywire, you know, dominates everybody, and, you know, Black Hole slams, you know, probably Bubba Ray, or no, he'll probably Black Hole slam Rude or James Storm, and to get the win. And we have new tag team champions in Abyss and Matt Morgan, and then after the match, I mean, in this match, there's gonna be some, you know, chemistry between Bubba Ray and Mongo, and Mongo's just gonna lay Bubba Ray out. So that's how I see this one going. It could be fun, but I just wish Monsters Ball was back to the 4 guys. And I mean, last year's was okay. I mean, I think 06, in my opinion, was the best Monsters Ball there was. Then we move on to the TNA Knockout Championship match, another triple threat, which is Taylor Wilde defending against Awesome Kong and Roxxi. Personally, this one, you know, they're giving Roxxi a good little strong push with those rough cuts, but those, honestly, if you look at any rough cut they've done for a title match, the person in the rough cut has never won, so don't expect them to win here. So, in my opinion, what you do here, and I'm not gonna get this just because they love Taylor Wilde and, you know, haven't realized she isn't over at all. Like, no one cares about Taylor Wilde and how boring she is in the ring, and the fluke victories don't help to her credibility either. You have Awesome Kong get the win here, become new knockout champion, because everyone knows that she is the champion who should still be around. And then you can hardcore matches with Roxxi and Kong, and they will be good. And because Mickey Knuckles, or Moose to you, is coming back, you can have a Mickey Knuckles feud with Taylor Wilde, leaves them to do some stuff, and you can throw the hardcore stuff for those two in there too. But the hardcore stuff with Kong and Roxxi would work a lot better, since Kong is this monster and can't go down. But if you use some chair shots, it can take her down. I don't think he ever's gonna give Roxxi the belt, but if anyone, Roxxi and Kong are obviously a better feud than with Taylor Wilde and anyone. So yeah, so that's my prediction there. But really, with Taylor Wilde just really is annoying me, and I swear to God, they better take the belt off Taylor Wilde tonight. No charisma, no direction at all, whereas, no charisma at all with her, and yet the undercard beautiful people have more charisma than her. May God help us all. Yeah, I'm not putting the beautiful people down. I think the beautiful people are the best thing besides Kong in the knockout division, so that's just me saying that. And then we move on to the double main event here, with Jeff Jarrett versus Kurt Angle with Mick Foley, Special Enforcer. You know what, as I stated, I really like the build to this feud. Using the personal stuff, like taking thing that Kurt said in the Sun and using it to build this feud. Obviously, I just really like the mic work and interaction between the two. Jeff Jarrett's done, a fantastic job at not only this feud, but, kind of making sense of, the young guys versus old guy feud. Yeah, some of the stuff he said probably wasn't true, but he did a pretty good job of making sense of that. Really expect this to be a good match because, one, Jeff Jarrett is making his, comeback. Obviously people have not forgotten his involvement in his last match was against Robert Roode. I believe that was Sacrifice. That was Sacrifice last year. Pretty decent in the match. But anyways, it's the biggest show of the year. It's Jeff Jarrett officially returning. And he's up against Kurt Angle, who, he's going to have to go out. He's going to go out all on top. Go all out in this one. So, both guys are going to put their best efforts forth, and you're going to get a pretty strong match. And, it's something fresh because we haven't seen this. And then, after that, it's really nothing 100% fresh because we've seen, anything really there with Angle. But really, I expect this to be a good, strong match. Personally, see Jeff Jarrett getting the win. I don't know how Angle can win, and, I don't see a Mick Foley heel turn as a lot of other people are seeing it. I think they would like to keep Mick Foley as the, friendly babyface that, the WWE had him for a very long time. Up until you can maybe move into a new program. Foley and maybe Abyss, like everyone's hoping for. But really, I see Jeff Jarrett, getting the win here. There'll obviously be interaction of the guitar and Socko on Angle. And that's how I see it just going down. Jeff Jarrett to win. And then we go to the main event. The TNA World Championship is on the line. Samoa Joe defends the belt against Sting. Now, people are complaining that Sting is in this main event, and it's 3 title shots in a row. You know what? I was upset with it, but I was especially upset since, there was no real reason that he deserved to be in there, but really, who cares if he's in here? This is a worked business. Like, come on. I don't really care that he's in the main event that much. He's in there with Joe, and, these Sting and Joe have been putting some of the strong promos together. Even still, with the stuff that Joe was saying at the Fan Fest on the YouTube video, that to me was good. Really, only way that the mic work and this feud works is Joe needs to go cleanly over here. He needs to go out there. They need to tear the house down. Sting did a pretty good job last year. Angle, but the run-ins in that match hurt it. The Kevin Nash run-in mainly, I think that was the only run-in, but the run-ins hurt that. This match does not need a run-in, and I don't think we're gonna get that. Hopefully we do not get a run-in. These two Need to settle it one-on-one, no run-ins, no bullshit, no nothing. And the match will be probably pretty good, because Sting, you know, he's not the greatest worker in the world, but, you know, when it's a pressure situation like this of importance, he will go out there and work hard. And, you know, we all know Joe. Joe gives it 110 a lot of the time. Really, you need Joe to go out there and then get a muscle buster and Kakina clutch and victory. I think maybe muscle buster victory. I don't see them having Sting tap, but muscle buster and that's it. That's how I see this one going. And then after the match, you can have Sting, you know, say, you know what, I really underestimated you. You fought the good fight, and, you know, I respect you now. And, you know, you can either do that, or you can even have Sting, you know, maybe say that, and then, you know, sucker punch Joe to be officially heel, because he still doesn't grasp that he's the heel in this match. But that's how I see it going down, and, you know, the pay-per-view could surprise us. I mean, I think the X-Division title match, and, you know, even Monsters Ball could be fun, and, you know, these double main events look interesting, but overall, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you on the review side. So anyways, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.